Didn't process. Oh, now okay, now it is. Um,
Hi, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm Lalo,
and I'm Robert.
and today we're going over a. I don't know how to go for
This
it.
they always see the giant bald man who is afraid, so they already know what story we're covering. They
We're
clicked on
going
the
over
video.
the Coming of Galactus.
Man, I hope Galactus doesn't come over the planet. That'd be very concerning.
This book is written by Stan Lee with art by Jack Kirby. Actually, it's also co-written by Jack Kirby because it's written using the Marvel method, which I've gone on record. And by Robert's laugh, you know I've gone on record saying that I'm not a big fan of it. I've always had not a hatred.
A disliking towards it.
I dislike towards the Marvel method.
Because it makes who created what such a fucking mess.
Yeah. Like characters like the Silver Surfer or more like that. It's just real messy.
Real messy. Real mess is what my work is. This is a damn legal nightmare.
And it all, well, back in the day, the way, I don't think I've ever gone into the Marvel method very much.
The Marvel method can wait. I want to see Galactus come.
Okay, so this is actually in the middle of a it's Fantastic Four 48 to 50. Pretty sure.
This actually kind of happens somewhere early on in the Fantastic Four mythos.
Yeah, if you look at some of the Avengers books, every issue was a different story. Now on this is actually one of the first few times that each issue it was telling a difference. It was telling an overall arch, which was not done much back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, by that I mean 1960 something. I'm gonna go for a number and say 66.
Well, if it's, I assume they had one book a month, right? For the Fantastic Four. So they're on 48. They started in 61. Do the math. I don't know.
I'm not making the math, Robert. This is too hard. It's
so
too hard,
man. What, 63 then, roughly, give or take a few months?
Probably, yeah.
Because it's, oh no, like probably 65. 12 months in a year. 48, that's 12 times 4, so it'd be 65. Quick math. Okay. Let's get into the story. I want to see the purple guy come.
Okay, so jumping into the book, we're jumping off into the finale of an Inhuman story.
Lalo always just throwing us in the middle of another story.
Yeah. Well, this is the first appearance of Galactus, so I wanted to do this issue. Shut up, Robert. This is actually so we met the Inhumans, Black Bolt, Maximus the Great, Medusa, and the whole family of Inhumans, right?
That no one cares about because not even a TV show can save them.
Fair enough. So this is actually done during in the city of Atalan, which is a closed off place in the middle of nowhere, right?
Isn't it on the moon?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
So the Inhumans. So Maximus the Mad was his whole plan. He wanted to make he made a machine that would destroy all of the humans, right? Leaving only apparently the Inhumans, because he doesn't know that Inhumans are also humans, just
Inhuman?
A race more to add, right?
That's a superior being?
No, just another different race of humans.
Oh, so like the master race?
No, no.
You almost said yes.
I almost said yes. I said no. So while that is going on, like the Fantastic Four are like trying to figure out how to get out, and the ray goes off, right? And
Yes.
the ray goes off, and it ends up not working because Maximus the Mad is an idiot, and he doesn't know that it doesn't work like that. That humans are all like humans are also humans, and while so Medusa, Black Bolt all stop him, and he's like, but how? And that's when they realize like the humans are also like humans are also part of humanity, just a separated race of humans,
No,
a
a step
subrace.
above.
And he gets he gets all mad, right? This is amazing. He gets all mad and he reverses the polarity on his ray. We're on page 5, by the way.
Oh, you're like a teacher, like calling us out. Also, this is
I
like,
don't know what page you are on, to be
I'm,
honest.
I'm going throughout the whole entire book because why not? Okay, page 5.
And he reverses the polarity on the machine, which just converts the air around them into a negative zone shield, closing off the city of Adelan towards like
The outside
to a
wolf.
negative zone. It's just closing off the city into like a dome.
Okay, this is gonna be a small little tangent, but you saying that kind of brought up an old it was an ABC show, I think. It was called Under the Dome.
Under the dome.
Under the Dome.
Yeah,
You remember that show?
I do remember it. It's actually based on a horror book by Stephen King.
Ooh, spooky. Continue.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, throughout the whole encounter with the Inhumans, Johnny Storms, the son-in-law of Reed Richards, fell in love with Crystal.
I love the fact you decided to say, Johnny Storm, not the Human Torch. No, the in-law of fucking Reed Richards.
Because that's how he calls Reed Richards calls him. Like he says, "I am proud of being your brother-in-law."
My man, Johnny Storm isn't just a little kid, as Big Boys Adventures. He is part of the team.
I know, but like they're married now. I just wanted to segue that into mentioning that they are married.
Unlike MJ and Peter Parker, yeah.
They've been married since 1960 something. Like the Reed Richards and Susan Storm. But they also like disappeared in 2015 after Secret Wars. So like who cares? So
she did also take a break from him during Civil War because imprisoning his friends kind of fucked up, and Sue Storm realized how fucked up that was. And yeah.
So Ben takes Johnny. He separates him from Crystal, who is like Princess of the Inhumans. I don't know what she is. I don't remember, and I don't care, to be entirely honest.
That's true. That was like Johnny Storm's main interest for like 40 years.
Yeah. And then I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't care about the Inhumans, Robert.
No one
I don't
does.
care who
No one does care about the humans.
I don't care who I piss off. I don't care about the Inhumans.
Honestly, no one cares about like this superior race being of Marvel. Inhumans, they couldn't make work. The Eternals, which has Harry Styles in it, they still couldn't get it to work.
So, going off of that, like, Johnny, basically, Susan Storm creates a bubble around the Fantastic Four to get them out of the negative zone dome, right?
Yes.
And Reed Richards says that it's impenetrable. And Johnny, like, has a breakdown because he's, like, so in love with this woman. and just is unable to break in back. And that like kind of gives Ben like thinking to do, because he's like, oh, I can't call Johnny a boy anymore because he's unable to fall in love, and not only that, he has lost the love of his life.
Well, this actually calls back to one of our conversations. I thought this happened a lot later in the Fantastic Four one.
See, this is the book where I found out about Crystal. And you know when I found out about this? 2 weeks ago when I started prepping for this book. This is the first time I've ever heard about this woman.
Really? Holy shit.
Yeah.
And you call yourself a Fantastic Four fan.
See, but I read more of the modern stuff, like the Jonathan Hickman era that led into Secret Wars. That was around the time you stopped reading comic books entirely.
Yes, that is correct. So, also, I was also reading stuff from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Oh wow, that's
That's
impressive, Robert.
If you look at my collection, it's mainly 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff with some 2010 stuff in it.
Okay, so in the deep space, but going back to space, because space is just chock full of colors and blues and greens and magentas.
I feel like Kobe really enjoyed drawing space.
Oh, absolutely, dude. There's no doubt in my mind to believe that.
You have like the Fantastic Four, which is arguably, yes, Stanley created the foundation, but
Kirby augmented it to a level where it was unrecognizable by anyone.
Yeah.
And considering that that they used the Marvel method, which was just they spitball the story and then the artist would go home and draw like the book, and then Stan would jump in with dialogue. I would argue that Jack Kirby in reality wrote a lot of the stories that was published back then.
I mean, even like looking at like this stuff, and then like something with like the New Gods he did with DC.
Oh yeah,
like you can see a lot of that Kirby influence even in the one cover I have just pictured in my head.
In the the famous Kirby crackle that is done. It's full display here.
Arguably, it's honestly makes me nostalgic for these types of old comic books. Like
absolutely
unique and personality filled.
And we meet the Silver Surfer, who is just gliding through the stars, and in a beautiful
pose,
space drawn by Kirby.
Can I talk about the fact he's doing like a bodybuilding pose while surfing through the galaxy?
And then going through a meteor shower as he's nearing the Skrull Empire planet.
It all ties together. Dun dun dun.
Here's the thing. The reason why the Skrulls have always been being like, this is not the first time we meet the Skrulls. This is actually like one of the first, like one of the times we first meet them in a story prior. Reed Richards brainwashed some of them
to believe in the cow, right?
Yeah, and lopped them into the middle of Earth.
You know, everyone always brings up. Everyone brings up against Mr. Fantastic, but arguably, that is fucking amazing.
Fuck the Skrulls.
Exactly. Reed Richards go bosses, gaslights, and gatekeeps his planet sometimes.
I don't think it has happened here yet, but it's also a retcon. It was retconned that after like one of the missions with Galactus. No, it's after this. So we meet like Reed Richards along with the Illuminati. During this, they joined the street.
That's a real time in our comic book history.
That they, along with the Illuminati, they go into a Skrull Empire ship and are captured, which is also the lead up to going back a couple episodes ago of that we've done to Secret Empire.
Secret Empire, don't you mean Secret Invasion?
Yeah, Secret Invasion. I'm sorry.
Man, you really were smart to do Secret Empire, don't you?
So many like books, so many books in my brain right now that have been for the past couple of days. That give me some slack, Robert.
No, zero slack.
No.
You're running a professional channel here, Lalo.
Professional. So after we're going back, so the reason why we meet the Skrull is actually because they're terrified of the Silver Surfer, because because of what it means. The Silver Surfer means that Galactus is coming.
Oh, as I say, nom nom, dinner time. Give me 10, 15 minutes.
So, as the Fantastic Four are flying back into New York, Ben realizes that there are two suns on our skyline.
This
And he's like,
this isn't what, Tatooine?
no, it's not. It's not Tatooine.
Holy shit, this actually predates Tatooine.
It actually does. It's 1965, 1966. Holy crap! It does predate Tatooine. That's insane. So, and Ben is like talking to Reed, like telling him like, "Hey, look, there are two suns."
Someone
And
jumped
Reed is
in
like-
slightly. I should have jumped in earlier, but I also kind of like how Jack Kirby drew the Skrulls in this.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Well-
does it look kind of racist? Yeah.
How?
Lalo,
I don't see anything.
gotta think about World War II propaganda. Just a little bit here.
Oh shit. Oh god.
I
didn't
mean,
realize.
you look at that now, yeah.
I
You know,
see it now.
an enemy that can hide in plain sight.
No,
What-
yeah, they're
what did-
communists. They were communists when they were created, okay?
Not communist. Gotta think about
Asian.
World War II. Yeah, we go, Lalo. We watched a movie about, you know, how we kind of won that Pacific. Well, not Pacific. Yeah, we ran that third of war.
Reed Rich is like lands the plane, and as they're landing, they realize that there are not two suns out there. The entire sky is ablaze. And as they land, Johnny is like, I'll investigate it, and he flies off, flame on, and he goes into the middle of the city, as everyone is in panic. Like,
Johnny, buddy old pal, think
everyone-
sometimes.
and who are they gonna blame but the Human Torch?
The one that is literally on fire, that's literally the same color as the entire sky.
Hey, he's hiding. That's horrible. And they like throw bricks at him, and they hose him down as he falls.
Wait, that actually works?
Yeah, they managed to like turn him off, and
just like every single guy I ever talked to. Ayo!
and Mr. Fantastic like says, "Quick, get on the flying bike!" And
Don't you mean the
Ben,
Fantastic bike? Come on, Lalo.
Jesus, it looks like a flying bike. It looks like an old '60s like shit. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Hey, Lalo, you forget when this was made?
It was made in 1960s. I know.
Yeah, it's the original
like one of those
Fantastical. That's what it looks like.
And Ben like jumps out of the bike and is ready to fight because they're beating on Johnny.
Look, it's clobbering time.
It is clobbering time like always.
He looks so depressed, too.
Ben always looks depressed.
I mean,
I'm
like,
a rock monster.
but I mean, like, he's like an extra level of depressed. He looks like me walking Doug.
And as he's like fighting, he like jumps into the fight. A guy just punches and breaks his hand on him as Ben just flicks him off of Johnny.
They know who the Fantastic Four is, right?
They do know who the Fantastic Four is. That's why they are attacking Johnny.
You didn't know that the thing's made out of a rock, though, right?
Think you've ever punched? I don't think you can judge how hard the thing is until you punch him, Robert.
The man's made out of rock. Everything about him is
Orange. Rock turned orange. Well, here in Arizona, they are.
Yeah, like your hometown part falls apart, Lalo. The man's made out of solid rock, even his dick. Okay.
We're not having this conversation again.
But like, think about it, Lalo.
Yeah. So as they are like going back, Johnny like just not puts the guy down like all nicely, and they all fly off. Minutes later, they are like as we are like keep this going, we see like the Silver Surfer just looking for a planet, just looking for the next place. As he finds, as we look, like everyone is in the tower, in the Fantastic Four tower, the Four Freedoms Plaza, and
is this before or after they lost the Baxter Building?
No, they haven't gotten the. Well, no, this is actually no. They're at the Baxter Building. They haven't left the Baxter Building. They after that they get the Four Freedoms Plaza. And Ben is like, here's the thing. Ben is talking to Alicia Masters, which is his girlfriend, and soon to be, well, not soon to be, literally like 50 years later, be his wife.
Oh, okay, can I talk about something real quick? She's blind, correct? Like, Alicia Masters is blind,
She's blind,
right?
yeah, she's the daughter of the Puppet Master.
How the fuck did she pick up the phone?
You can like.
Why does she have a phone if she's blind?
You can have like a phone. It rings, ding, 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 and you pick it up and you say, "Hey." It's a landline, Robert.
Calvin, this is
1966.
Yes, 1966. That means no one gives a rat's ass about accessibility.
You can pick up the phone and say, "Hey."
Nah,
it's a landline.
Not the blind people of not blind people.
You can't ring it. You can't ring it, but you can pick it up.
Oh, then goes half of the uses of a phone.
Well, she doesn't need it that much.
All right, continuing on.
You get by. As he's talking to Alicia, he's also telling like Susan to get off Reed's back. And here's the thing: the context is there, right? They've been married for a while now, arguably. They've been married for a while. They've also like, but the context is there that Reed Richards is just an asshole to Susan. But what she is saying is, why isn't he spending time with me? In the meantime, I'm literally like telling, like, when I was reading this, I was literally like telling her, like, Susan, calm down. Give him a pass on this one.
You also have to remember, this is the same era of Chris Brown, Reed Richards.
Jesus. I don't think he has ever beaten on his wife.
He has a few times.
Not around this time. He's not jello jacketing her.
Not quite yet.
Well, she basically like calls him, and it's like, I have no intention of being completely ignored while he juggles on the rest of those tooth of his, and the rest of the night. Reed, look at you! You haven't even shaved, and you must be starving. And Reed just cuts her off and says, "For the love of Pete, girl, is that what you disturbed me for?" Click.
Oh, my bad. That was in the 90s. Was when Reed Richards was the abusive one. My bad.
And basically, the Fantastic Four they all take a break, right? Except for Susan. Susan is just drilling holes in the floor as she paces. as they look out the window, and the sky is rocks now.
So now it's the Thing's fault, right? According to the New York Public.
Yeah. And Susan is like, okay, this is insane. And she just bursts through Reed Richards' office, and the Watcher is there.
Who is this bald man?
This whole time, Reed Richards has been having a meeting, a chat with the Watcher as he's breaking his no intervention vow for the first time ever.
You know, at this point, it's not really much of a vow. I know at this point in time it is, but now he just kind of peels in. You know, if things are going to be a canon event, if you want to put in Spider-Verse terms, right?
Or
he's going to pop up.
He will like intervene for the randomest of shit.
Also, calling back to our Secret Invasion issue, where he pops up to watch the battle over in Central Park.
Well, motherfucker can look. He just doesn't like get involved.
Does he also get involved with the Reckoning Rule event?
I don't know. I have not read it.
How can you not have read that? That's Slot one.
Yeah, I didn't read much of Dan Slott's run on Fantastic Four. I just read like the first volume.
Can we talk about Uachu's face in this panel, the top panel?
Yeah, he's just like with this weird doohickey.
No. He's just defeated in life.
He's just chill. He's like, I don't give a fuck anymore.
He looks like a giant Dr. Egghead, right?
He looks like he chain smokes on a swinging chair outside of like a outside of the house.
This looks like Jen's contemplating a goofy situation type of face.
And so the Silver Surfer is like, he's basically telling them, Galactus basically tells them like, as we speak, the Silver Surfer is coming. And the reason why here's the thing. Here's what he did. The reason why the sky was ablaze was because he wanted to hide the planet from Galactus, just like the Skrulls did it. But they don't have a hiding system like the Skrulls, so he just thought he just went for the next best thing, which was to turn the planet into a sun. Right?
But doesn't the sun have a lot of energy and henceforth
No.
is good food for Galactus?
It's not actually. He doesn't eat suns.
Oh, just planets?
No, yeah, he just eats planets. He's a devourer of worlds.
Not stars. That's kind of lame.
Stars,
That's kind of lame.
I know, but he was just created around this time, man. Give him a break.
No, fuck him. He doesn't deserve no break. Look his ass straight out 8 albums. Come on.
And but he also realized that the sun, turning the planet into a sun, kind of make the people freak out.
No, you don't say.
Like, this motherfucker's been watching. He's been watching humanity since its birth.
The man knows everything the universe that this planet is going to do and will ever do. And the man
anyone
says
was gonna have some common sense about what would make the humanity freak out, it should have been him.
Yes.
But no, the minute he's been watching humanity since its birth. He's been like.
And it feels like this is also now a plot hole of the Marvel method.
Absolutely, man.
Is that the Rhino does something that should make sense to the Rhino?
Probably.
But the Rhino says, you know what? Fuck that. Let's do some coke. And let's just make some real ass tangents that kind of relate to the panel.
So he turned the sky into like rocks, which actually is what alarmed the Silver Surfer to go into the Earth. And as he walks into Earth, he lands on top of the Baxter Building. And Oatu, his first thing he says, crap. He's signaling Galactus. We have failed.
God,
And
they're too
me-
goofy, pals. Sorry about that.
Meanwhile, he's saying that. I'm like, no. Don't blame this on them. They didn't fail. You failed, asshole. You are the one who messed up. But oh well.
Such is life,
what
right?
he does. Ben, what he does is basically they said, please somebody stop him. And Ben is like, oh really, Bet? Clobbering time, and he punches him off of the ceiling.
Bark.
Well, basically everyone's like, oh, was that easy? It was that easy. And Galactus like, no. He has called Galactus. Galactus is coming. The signal has gone through. And then we jump into like
What?
as they call, Galactus has arrived. And here he is.
What the fuck is that color scheme? This isn't the purple man coming. This is the red man ejaculating.
Oh, motherfucker.
Also, can we talk about page 19 and how beautiful the artwork is?
Oh yeah, it's actually a photograph.
No shit.
Yeah. No, I know. It looks amazing. Like Galactus' ship looks fan-fucking-tastic.
I see what he did though.
Thank you.
I don't like this color scheme one bit.
Absolutely not. And Jack Kirby knows that, and he changes it. The Galactus' costume changes 3 times throughout this book.
Though, you know what? This design reminds me of like the new, again, tying it back to DC's New Gods. This design is like something you would see out of that book. Maybe I actually ever read that book.
Oh, I should too. And I like how we jump into the next issue, and Galactus and Uatu are just having a normal discussion.
You know, as all Trevor does. Also, I know, kind of went ahead a little bit. I know Galactus' like whole gimmick is, you know, he survived another universe reset. That's why he's so powerful. Yeah. But why is he powerful now?
Because he feeds.
But I mean, like in modern comic book, like get-go.
Well, he's not. He's dead.
Yeah, that's right. Because Thor killed him, right?
Yeah.
An issue that we'll never see because that one's lost to the vault.
We'll do it eventually again.
Eventually, after we all forget about it again.
It's gonna be Story of the Dishes from the vault.
Remastered because, yeah.
No. It's like Taylor Swift from the vault.
Don't you mean Taylor's version?
Shut up.
Because Disney does a shit from the vault, loser.
No. She does like from the vault. It's Story of the Dishes, Lalo's version from the vault.
Jesus Christ, Lalo. That's a lot of like parentheses though. You know, you could have done the Disney from the Disney vault.
So, Galactus is like scratching, like he's like, hey, Uatu, you're not supposed to be intervening. You're not supposed to intervene. What the fuck are you doing here?
You know, this design's a lot better.
This costume for Galactus?
I see he's still right now dedicated to the red. I see that. But at least the purple breaks it up a little bit better than the green.
Oh, no, I know. Like the purple and maroon, it looks way better than the green and red.
Because green and red looks like a walking Christmas decoration.
Into a Christmas morning.
Yeah. So this is a lot better. But still, this maroon does not match the purple. I think the purple on purple looks a lot better.
Again, I'm pretty sure it changes one more time before the end of the story.
No shit. God love comic books, right?
Yeah. And it's also like Jack Kirby saying, I really don't like that. I didn't like that. I'm going to change it up.
It also kind of shows how, like, he was always kind of experimenting. Even with, like, important characters like this. Also, checking the stubble, I kind of like Reed Richards' stubble, how Kobe drew that. It's a lot better than what John Romita Jr. is doing recently with his stubble.
Galactus looks at over the world that he's gonna consume as he's
Lalo, you are like echoing and not catching up very well.
here.
Slightly. You're coming in and out. You poor connection. Poor connection. You have good connection. I still can't hear you though.
Am I good now?
For right now, yes.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, Captain.
Thank you. Galactus is like showing off like his ball sack at the entire world, basically.
I mean, the man's what? 300 feet tall?
There is no way he's wearing underwear underneath that toga.
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 Do you even know where that's from?
No.
You would if I ever.
Reference
If you ever watch some of the films I told you to watch, you would understand it. It's from Animal House from 1980.
Okay.
John Belushi. Okay.
Ben is like immediately jumping into action. Hit him with a clobbering time 1-2, and he realized that Galactus shit.
You know, I love the fact that
really.
There's enough words on this panel to challenge Kevin Smith, and then Jack Kirby and the Marvel Method said, "You know what? Enough of this talking. It's clobbering time."
Yeah, and he basically throws a gas bomb, and Reed Richards like goes for Ben because he could die. Like rolls him up as a fruit roll up, and Johnny launches into battle, but is immediately turned off by Galactus's rays.
Okay, so poor tactical decision from Johnny Storm's side of things. What the fuck was he trying to think to do? If the tank
like Indiana Jones.
If the tank of the group wasn't able to do any damage to him, what the fuck was Johnny hoping to do?
It's like Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny.
Oh god.
What the fuck is he gonna do?
I don't even know what scene you're even talking about. That's how immemorable that film was.
So Galactus is like shuts him off, lights off basically, and he's told that he has Uatu tells Johnny that he needs him for later.
Well, this isn't like,
and then seconds later,
this is very intervening. I don't think this is very progress of Uatu, is it?
No, it's not. But hey, the state of the world is in his hands. So seconds later, they all go back into the Baxter building. Ben is having a bath. Reed Richards is shaving, and Johnny is literally like cleaning himself as they're having this argument.
You know what they say?
Meanwhile,
you know what they say? You gotta look nice when you meet God.
And he's basically they're basically saying we're probably gonna die, so we might as well look good doing it. Meanwhile, that's going on. The Silver Surfer landed in Elysium Masters' apartment.
Because that's how 60s comic books were written.
Yeah, because New York is like a little patch that anyone can. You throw a rock in New York, you're gonna hit a Marvel character.
And it just so happens to be the same character that has some sort of connection to the book you're reading.
Exactly. The one that you're reading currently. And Alicia Master like wakes him up and he's like, the Silver Surfer just starts blabbering random shit like,
just like how you do.
I am the Silver Surfer and the Herald of Galactus. And Alicia Master's like, Silver Surfer, Galactus, you don't understand. And it says it doesn't matter it doesn't matter that you cannot understand. You cannot alter this as is your destiny. And like Alicia Masters is basically just saying, I'm like, calm down, just sit down, have a beer. And she preps him fucking dinner right then and there.
Again, how does the blind woman cook?
What?
How does a blind woman cook?
I have no fucking clue, man. They can cook. I imagine they could.
We're getting dangerously close to becoming ableist, aren't we? Fuck, we might already be there with my
Galactus
cell phone
is
comment.
Building the first motherfucker. As Galactus is building like the first machine that he will use to destroy the planet.
His first microwave.
Well, he needs like multiple machines.
His first microwave.
And no, like literally, Watu like sits them down and explains them what's gonna happen. So like first, Galactus will use this first machine to eat all the water and it'll be the biggest drought in existence. And it doesn't matter because everyone will die eventually, because he will later use the meat processor and he will turn every animal, people on the planet into like energy, and he will absorb that energy, and then he will use the last one, which is the earth shattering one, which is when the ground will turn into nothing but energy, and he will destroy it. And after, like, they show you like dead dolphins and shit.
You know what? Show this parent to PETA. Really make them happy. We're gonna get canceled one of these days.
As he's explaining this, I love Susan's reaction, because it's like, it's a mad, inconceivable nightmare, but one from which we can never awake. It's a waking nightmare. Just say that, right?
Well, they really can't. Really, you gotta remember, comments code authority. What they want to say, what they can say, is two different things.
It's literally just literally Stan being like, no, I am a writer, and you motherfuckers get paid by the nickel? Fuck no.
They get paid by the page. The more filler they have, the more money they get paid.
You get paid by the word you print into my goddamn comic book. And he basically explains that he has the plan that involves the Human Torch. And as that's going on, the Silver Surfer is having dinner, and it is basically like roasting Alicia Master, saying, "Why waste so much time like eating and cooking when you can just absorb the energy and put it into your body?"
Some bodies do not work like that. I've actually come to learn. You just can't, phase food into yourself? It just doesn't work like that.
Motherfucker, and it's also like, you just ate like a bowl, asshole. That was an heirloom. My grandmother gave me that.
The grandma can't see either, so I mean, what assumes that she can't see from heaven? Oh,
if it was any consolation, it was dry.
Well, yeah, it's clay.
It is basically saying, like, he's basically telling that the world doesn't matter. It's gonna get destroyed anyway, so you might as well, like, dude. And there's no God either, like, there's no God.
Me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And he's like telling Alicia that it's gonna be destroyed anyway. And Alicia's like, you can't! Like, we have like dolphins and shit. And meanwhile, I'm like thinking, well, it's gonna get destroyed anyway, like.
Why does this accelerate the process just a little? At least give some dude some food, right?
Just give Galactus a tackle. Just give him a tackle.
I don't think Galactus wants a taco. I'm sorry, Lalo.
Okay, we'll give him a chile relleno. That's it.
What?
A chile relleno. A filled
Also,
chili, okay?
Lalo,
Some lasagna.
respectfully, sometimes your language is just fucking shitpost. Like today, I was talking Lucky Charms of all things, and on the back it says, discover the secret of the dragon, right? And then the other half of it is in Spanish with the same thing, and it's something El Secro, and what the rest of it is.
Secreto del dragón.
Yes. It was funny because I'm like, son of a bitch. Your language is really a shitpost sometimes.
So as Galactus is like building, we see like the newscast reporting on it, everyone looking at it, which if it's explained like in Marvel's, like Phil Sheldon and Ben Urich are down there right now.
God love retcons, am I right?
No, it's amazing. I love it.
Oh yeah.
And he
Wait, who
starts
knows?
turning
We'll
on
cover
the
that
machine.
soon. Who knows?
Absolutely, yeah. I want to do that eventually.
We're gonna cover reruns in that same episode, so you get the highs
Yeah.
and the low of the Marvel Universe.
Absolutely. So the machine is like about to turn on, and it starts turning on, and it just doesn't, because Ben is on top of the machine, destroying it, just breaking shit.
Bonk, whack, blam.
And he calls Galactus, just calls on the Punisher.
The Punisher doesn't exist yet.
Not that Punisher. I was gonna name the writer, but I forgot. I drew a blank.
When do you not blink?
Galactus calls his Punisher, which is this frog monster, and as they're fighting, Johnny goes into like the fight. It is like, no, I need you. You need to go to Galactus's ship and retrieve something for me. And I'm gonna bury the lead a little bit more because I just wanna like get on with it. And he's gonna dematerialize Johnny as he turns into new energy, heading into space.
What the fuck?
And we see Johnny like dematerialize, popping up somewhere new as he is going into like, you're passing the celestial barriers known as unlife. To touch him is to perish. It is this the reason that you were chosen, for only you have the ability to fly safely past such obstacles.
You know they were really restricted by the Common Code Authority when they referred to this as barriers of unlife. To touch them is to perish, not the barriers of death. I
don't think they were limited by that during those times, to be honest. Like, I just think Stan Lee was just being like
unoriginal
wordy and shit. No, not wordy. So like the reason why he's heading into Galactus's ship.
Yes.
And then we come back to Earth as Galactus is rebuilding his machine while the Punisher is fighting the Fantastic Four.
Also, I kind of like this panel of the ship, and like again coming back to that Kobe flash it has.
Tackle.
I know it's just all around flash and saturation that his colors have.
Absolutely, and just burst through color of like energy, and it looks awesome.
It looks alive and like something
exactly.
that a galaxy would look like in its own imaginative spell. I know nowadays everyone wants to go for more realistic and more gritty, looks.
Which is like lame.
Which I don't mind for like stuff like, Captain America, all of those grounded stories. But if you're going to do a science fiction story, you gotta have all these colors. You gotta have all that contrast and all that stuff.
Absolutely. So like jumping back into the fight, just Reed is like telling them like he's on another level. He's like away from us, and he just We see the Punisher just multi-punching them really, really fast. Even like, but until Galactus just says, "Okay, it's enough. That's good. That's good. That's enough slices. Like, go back to the ship. You're good. I fixed my machine."
Why wouldn't you keep him though?
As a protection, I know, right?
Like, seriously, the group was whooping your ass before. It's not like you have him captured or anything.
It's not like it's not gonna happen again. And we go back as the Silver Surfer is telling Alicia Masters that he has changed his mind towards like saving, like fighting Earth, right?
Yes.
And Uatu is like, no, he's gonna go and fight Galactus, basically. And Uatu's like, oh shit, I did not. That was not part of my plan.
That wasn't a canon event.
I did not expect. I hope this doesn't mess things up. This doesn't, but please pick up the next issue.
Like, what the fuck? Like, again, the man's omniscient. How does the man... whatever. The man doesn't... How the fuck does he not account for something like this? If he's an all-knowing being.
Well, he didn't account for it. Like, he didn't think like, oh, this motherfucker grew a conscience.
The man knows what happened in the past, what's happening in the present, and what's gonna happen.
We don't, at this time, we don't know much about the Silver Surfer. We don't know about Norian Rad, the tragic hero of fucking whatever planet. I don't remember what it is.
But I don't care about the Silver Surfer element of things. I care about the all-knowing being and not accounting for something he should have known.
He should have known.
Maybe sometimes the Marvel method
just doesn't work.
Should have never been considered.
So, well, it was a way to make comics faster.
Yes.
Unprecedentedly fast.
But also,
we get shit like this.
Again, we have the same issue with the whole entire MCU, which I find very fitting, by the way. You know, the quality over quantity debate that we have currently having with the MCU, right? Without bad Secret Invasion's been, I gave up.
Marvel, though. That's the thing. It's always been Marvel.
So should have been DC with some of its new most recent projects.
So, we're going back to like the fight. Galactus is. The Silver Surfer jumps into the fight.
Oh, look, they actually finally gave Galactus some leggings. Thank God.
No, yeah, he looks. I told you that they changed the costume like several times throughout the book, and it looks great. I will tell you this.
Well, yeah, no one ever doubted that. It's Kobe's artwork.
Absolutely. And he goes like into the fight, just ready to blast, and he just starts attacking Galactus. As Galactus is like, "What the fuck are you doing, my man? Hey, we have a deal over here. What are you doing?"
Not no more.
And he turns him into like a cocoon. And the Fantastic Four like go against it. And it's like it's just a bunch of energy. It's solidified energy. And Ben goes, he like really wants to touch it, so he goes to it, and he gets burned. And Reed is like, "What the fuck, Ben? I told you not to touch it.
Okay,
I warned you this would happen."
You're the thing in the situation. I'm gonna say that right now. You would touch that no matter what.
Absolutely, I would. It's like, I want to touch it. Ah.
Hey, Lalo, there's a cop call coming. Oh, what? remember that night, Lalo? There's a cop coming. Yes. Get off the vehicle.
Literally, like, no, fuck it. I'm surfing. I'm invincible. No, literally this happened like a couple minutes ago. I was making lasagna, and I was told not to touch the stove.
And you
And
touched the
I was
stove,
like,
did you?
I don't believe it's hot, so I touched it and I burned my hand.
Lalo, buddy, I would say you go boss too close to the sun, but I know you don't go boss. So, you're just too close to the sun. I don't know.
Call me Icarus, motherfucker.
No,
as
Icarus
he
Robert is
touches
a
it-
story named after him.
So, the Galactus just breaks through the cocoon. It is just like pissed. Like, where is my herald? It just starts fighting Galactus.
If you want to get
Silver Surfer.
If you want to get technical, Hill, you know, the Galactus is probably had the equivalent of like a Cheeto.
What do you mean?
If the cocoon's made of pure energy, right?
Yeah.
And he just, he opened up, right? He probably absorbed some of the energy, right? He ate what we would consider one single Cheeto.
During the fight, Johnny is like trying to get back, and Galactus is like blasting meteors to the Silver Surfer. Husky remarks that I was flying through them earlier, kind of like Stan Lee going to Jack Kirby. Hey Jack, didn't you draw this earlier? Okay, I'm just gonna mention it on the book. And Uatu is like keeping an eye on Johnny as he watches him rematerialize with the objects he stole from Galactus' ship.
And it's a mason doll and a My Little Pony doll. Dun dun dun.
Is Galactus My Little Pony? Like, oh no, it's my favorite one. It's Pinkie Pie.
You got the joke, right, Lalo?
No, it's a cum jar. Yeah, I know.
Yes, there we go.
No, so he got...
This is the story of Coming of Galactus, right?
Yes, that is the thing that Galactus came for. He came for a jar.
I hate myself so much.
I know. I hate myself too. Galactus, like, Johnny hands Reed Richards the ultimate nullifier. Right?
Yes.
You follow me so far?
Yes.
The ultimate nullifier is this thing, like the size of an iPhone, right?
What's an iPhone?
That can undo reality. Is the size of your phone, and it can destroy humanity entirely.
Okay.
Just the flick of a button.
So a typical Saturday night for us, right?
Yeah. And Galactus, as the fight is going on, Reed Richards just puts it up to Galactus' face. And Galactus is like, whoa, let's like all calm down.
We can talk about this now, okay?
Let's talk about this. We can talk about this. And Reed Richards is like, fuck no. Fuck you. Welcome to Earth, motherfucker. Where I would rather destroy humanity. Not just humanity. The entire universe. Just to fuck you over.
Bing bong. Also, why is he afraid? Because again, Galactus survived a universe fight, didn't he?
Oh no, this thing would destroy Galactus.
Ah, so this is
the reason why Galactus.
Oh, that's why it was in a ship, because it was a Galactus killer. Got it.
No, like the reason why Galactus is survived the restarting of the universe of the Big Bang is because he had his ship. That's the only reason why he survived. He flew into the middle of the Big Bang and was saved by his ship.
Ah, okay.
That is explained later, by the way, on a Donny Cates story, which
Oh.
we will do one day.
Oh, so this is a hardcore retcon. Got it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got it.
So Galactus is like, okay, you have no idea how that thing works. You would destroy everything. And Reed Richards is just like, try me, bitch. I want to do it. I want to press the button. Fuck you. Which is like kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
So Galactus promises to not eat the planet, right? If Reed Richards hands over the ultimate nullifier.
Yes.
And Reed Richards is like, okay, yes, but how can I trust you? And Uatu says, well, if Galactus said it, it's as if God said it. It's the word of God, right?
Yes.
His honor can never be questioned. And he's about to leave while he says to Silver Surfer, also, fuck you. You attacked me, asshole. You like Earth so much. Why don't you just fucking stay here and just blast him and bounce him to Earth?
You know, I like Earth as the next, like, just as much as the next human being. But I wouldn't want to lose. I wouldn't want to lose my cool space powers for Earth. I'm sorry.
No, I know. Which is the biggest punishment. Which he could have saved himself from it if he had just like stayed back.
Stayed at neutral, like,
you know?
like a Herald should be. Gosh.
Like he should have.
The Silver Surfer should have stayed back. Right now we sound like two conservatives on a talk show host, don't we?
And he like disappears into a big abyss. And the rest of the issue is basically like
the direct aftermath of it.
Him like Johnny. No, the Silver Surfer just saying, well, I'm stuck here forever. Might as well roam around, get to know this place. And Alicia just jumps back in and says, "You made it! You did it!
How the fuck did she get up? This is a major safety concern. Second of all, how did she get across the entire Baxter Building security?
Well, she's a girlfriend of Ben's.
Okay, there's that one.
They know her.
But she's a blind woman.
How she gets from her apartment all the way to the Baxter Building?
Yeah. And now she's on the roof. That means she could just easily just fall off.
Oh, no, yeah. And she goes to, like, thank the Silver Surfer. And Ben is almost like, it's like she doesn't know I'm even here. And just starts crying like a little girl. Going downstairs.
My man, buddy old pal. She's blind.
And the Silver Surfer is like, the one named Ben is leaving. And he just leaves. As Alicia goes after him.
Oh no.
Then the morning after, the world calls on the news as basically the whole news called the Galactus invasion a prank pulled by the Fantastic Four, a hoax pulled by the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, it's the fucking... It's not the entire Poppers, it's the fucking Daily Bugle. And you know how trustworthy those bastards are? God. Don't make it sound like it's some reputable news people saying it.
And the rest of the issue is just Johnny going to college and how the Fantastic Four will deal with it.
What about, Ben Grimm no longer being a rock? How about that? Just gonna skip over that part.
Ben.
That's not Ben. It shows
that wasn't Ben.
Shows how it looks like him.
It's just a caveman looking dude. Actually, the next issue is also like This Man, This Monster, which is one of the most
Oh,
One of
Lalo.
the best Fantastic Four issues ever written. But we're
But-
not going over it.
Too bad we're not covering it.
We're gonna go over it later.
In other words,
But this was the Coming of Galactus.
in other words, we're not gonna cover it. Come on, we all know that.
No, we're not.
We're not.
I don't care. I don't care enough.
No one has time.
This was
for...
the Coming of Galactus, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? This is awfully short. I guess it's only what 3 issues long.
Well, yeah, it was before the compressed storytelling, which was, it's just like, this was before like the storyline, and it wasn't even like Marvel who did it. It was fucking Batman.
Oh, this is before like the 19 issues and the checklist you need to have at the very back of every single fucking book.
Yeah. Nowadays, this would be an event, and it would have like 1,000 tie-ins, and it would go over like 10 issues, and you would get like, you would have a list on the back of your comic telling you next issue is this.
Can we talk about the fact that
And this
Judgment
would
Day?
not.
That's just pretty much what Judgment Day was. And
Yeah, I'm
it
also,
was so
like,
inconsequential to the whole entire universe. That was this kind of
And
meh.
so was Secret Empire and Civil War 2.
Fuck you, Secret Empire was actually worth reading though.
Well,
Probably.
yeah.
Also, can we also do Pleasant Hill eventually?
Sorry?
Pleasant Hill, the Avengers standoff, something like that. The one that you told me to like read the first and last issues, this kind of bookend, so I can understand some of Spencer's run.
Oh yeah. Well, we did the first episode, the first issue one time. But yeah, I could go over like Nick Spencer's run on Captain America.
Oh no! I'm talking about. Oh, so you've already done Pleasant Hill, so we're not going to touch that one again.
Pleasant Hill.
Pleasant Hill, yeah.
Yes.
Because that's it seems like a very cool storyline from the 2 issues I've read.
Yeah. Well, that was part of Nick Spencer's takeover from Captain America.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can definitely go over it.
So it does that, and there's a few other things you guys should be expecting us from sometime soon. We're not. Nothing's
And
ever
next
sent.
month,
Oh god, yeah, that's right. Next month is gonna be a fun one.
Next month is we're gonna go with Spider Month.
We're actually gonna probably do a Spider Month. Nothing impactful. Not like the 60 years of Spider-Man, the 64th year of Spider-Man.
Was last year.
Yeah, just the 64th year. Nothing really important.
But we will go over several stories that I want to touch on, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
And hopefully,
until then,
hopefully at the end of the month, you guys will love Lalo's rants and raves about the first one.
I didn't want to talk about that, but yeah. I have several books prepared though, which I'm really excited for, and I really, really, really hope you guys like it. Until then, this is Lalo.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe. And this is Robert.
And this is Stories Delicious. Good night.
Peace.